Welcome to this devotional that I'm calling Hamburgers to the Glory of God. I hope that at some point in your life you've had the opportunity to try an In-N-Out burger. Or if you've not had In-N-Out at this point in your life, I hope in the future you get to try In-N-Out, because one of my favorite things in all of the world is to eat at In-N-Out. I adore In-N-Out. I grew up going to In-N-Out, and now as an adult I enjoy taking my family to In-N-Out Burger because they are the best. And one time I was at In-N-Out, and as I was eating dinner and talking with my family, a Bible verse popped into my mind, which is kind of an unusual thing to have happen when you're at a fast food restaurant. But 1 Corinthians 10:31 popped into my mind. Here's what it says: "So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God." And this is such an interesting verse. If you're reading 1 Corinthians, it's easy to skip over this verse because it's kind of short. But here we read, the Bible says, whatever you're doing, if you're eating, if you're drinking, anything that you're doing, whatever at all, everything you do, do to the glory of God. Do it in such a way to honor God. And I thought about that in that moment. I was at In-N-Out, and I was enjoying a burger. I was enjoying my family, and I just said, God, I want to glorify you right now. I am thankful, God, that you have given us In-N-Out hamburger. I'm thankful that you've given us hamburgers. Whoever invented the hamburger, whenever that happened, God, I'm thankful for that person. And God, you're a good God that gives us good gifts and fun things like food to enjoy. And I was thinking about that verse today because we should glorify God in everything we do. That's what 1 Corinthians 10:31 says. In every single thing we do, whether it's our food or whether it's our hobbies, whatever, we should glorify God with everything we do because God is central in every part of our lives. If you're a follower of Jesus, understand that God plays a central role in every aspect of your life. Now, sometimes we just think of this in terms of spiritual things. That, yeah, God plays a central role in my life at church and maybe when I, pray with my family or something like that. But this verse says even in the so-called non-spiritual things, God is central. God has a role to play. Everything we do in this life, every single thing we do, we should do to the glory of God. Every moment that you experience is a moment to honor God and thank God. And so even in the non-spiritual, mundane, or non-churchy things in life, you have an opportunity to glorify God, to thank Him, to honor Him, to worship Him, and show Him respect. And so just spend a few moments thinking about how can you work to the glory of God? How can you take vacation to the glory of God? How can you watch TV to the glory of God? And when you figure these things out and when you answer this, you'll have a new perspective on everything, including the hamburgers you eat.